everyone. Welcome to or welcome back to Noras Cove. If you're new here, I'm Yoshida, and here at the Cove, we like to budget and plan in confidence using a planner. Today, you guys, we're going to be doing our paycheck budget. Last week, you guys, was such a good week. I'm doing better with, being afraid that I'm not going to have enough. I'm just believing God for everything, okay? This is my weekly spending totals. It said I spent $1,897.26. This may be off just a little bit, because of course I kind of reconcile my budget on Sunday mornings just to kind of double check the numbers. That's what all of these little sticky notes here are for. So let's get into it. Last week, our rollover was $163.79, so we just rounded up to $164. We guesstimated hair at $1,000. We made $1,870. We guesstimated nails at $150. We ended up making $180. And for NoCo, we guesstimated $85, and I paid myself $95. So our total ended up being $2,359. Another great week. All right, so sweet rent. Sweet rent, $300 is going to always get paid. We paid Allie at $750. Canva came out. Now, Canva is not even this much, but my coins from my little game got mixed in there, and I just did not divide it. So we just left it as a bill, $24.35. State Farm could have got paid, you guys. But I was just like, I'm gonna talk about that a little bit. Let me just talk about that really, really quickly. So I had like a lot of money last week. And after I paid my bills and paid things like, me and my husband's going on a trip. So I just been sending him a couple of dollars, just to kind of hold or whatever, put towards the trip, whatever. He doesn't require it, but that's just what I'm doing. And after I took care of most of my obligations, I just felt like I had too much money. Now, that is a mental psychology that probably needs to be studied. That's already been studied, but I want to dive deeper into that thought process and why I felt that way, and maybe do a little research, because I do want to do a video on it. And then I felt like, well, dang, I didn't buy myself nothing besides food, or whatever. And so I was like, well, what should I buy myself? I almost bought me a Coach purse, okay? But then I had to say, girl, you have your car insurance. And I don't know why, but I was afraid of kind of letting go of the money. Like, when I realized I had $700 after I paid my bills and stuff, it might have been a little less. And I was like, oh, what else need to get paid? So then I started paying stuff that I hadn't paid in a while, which was HP Ink, and you'll see that throughout here. So I was like, well, what bill can I pay? I did think reasonably, like, what bill can I pay? And I said, well, I do need to get my HP Ink back. So I was thinking positive. Yeah, I went a little left with the purse. I wanted to get the purse. But I carry one purse. I'm trying to get out of that habit, and I have plenty of purses, okay? All kinds of purses. But I'm a creature of habit, so one is just easy to grab, and I just keep grabbing that. So I was like, why even get this purse? Why? Why are you going to spend? So it was like I was looking for something to blow my money on. It was like I had too much money. I can't explain it. If you understand what I'm saying, just leave me a comment in the comment section. So that's why State Farm didn't get paid. I felt like I had to kind of hold on to that money and then just do it this week. Like, let it stay in my bank account and in my wallet just a little longer. Okay, CapCut still hasn't come out. I don't know what's going on with them. And then we have Navy Federal Credit Union. I said I would give them $35. I gave them $50. HP Ink. So originally I owed them $189. So when I subscribe, I thought they were just going to take the $189. Now I know they're going to give me a credit. At least that's what they said. So I was expecting the $189 to come out, but no. First came out $58.29. Then they took another one for $65.71. Now they're trying to get another whatever. So anywho, we did that. And then here, Shopify, I paid $75.34. And then I gave Navy Federal Credit Union $15. And then that's something else that's missing. Oh, there it is right there. And then church, my offering was $5. So our total came out to be $1343.69. Gas came out at $58. And then miscellaneous, we spent $213.21, and we estimated 100, so we was over. Food, $209.11. And then here's family. This is what I gave hubby, $50. And then I have my little broken down numbers here. So let's add all of this up. So it'll be easy for our summary. So we have 213.21 plus 209.11 equals 472.32. All right, and then we put 27 in savings, and let me take that off. Remove that. Let's remove this. Is that correct? No. Wait a minute. Okay, that is correct. I believe that's correct. So let's start here at 23.59. Let me zoom in just a little bit so you guys can see. And we're going to minus 1343.69. And that leaves us with $1,115.31. And then we're going to minus the 58. Then we're going to minus the 472.32. And then the 27. And that leaves us with 461, really. 461. And that is about correct. 461. All right, so I'm going to put my total income down here in the summary section. That was $23.59. I was so happy to see this number because even without Noras Cove and the rollover, I made like $2,050. And I had not seen that number. Well, I did see it one time, I believe this month or last month, but I've been praying for these type of weeks again, and they're here. And I think my raise helped, me giving myself a raise helped, so I'm excited about that. $58 in the envelopes, $472.32, savings 27. And so we have 461. Also, I want to kind of close out this week. So we'll do that let's do that now. 461. So my rollover, I have 470. That's actually not correct, I think, because it's like 465. It's like 465. Okay. Let's close this out real quickly, and then we'll get on with the next week. So this is week 2. Yeah, week 2. And I'm just closing out my budget weekly so that it can be a little easier when the end of the month comes. Okay, so this was the 9th through the 15th. And we just put income. And we budgeted $13.99. We made $23.59. And there was a mistake or something I made last week, but I can't remember what it was. And it'll come to me. So bills came up at $13.43. We estimated $1,111. So week 2, $13.43.69. I think it was this. I can't remember. It's going to come to me. Savings, we put in $27. We didn't withdraw anything. So 34 plus 27 equals 61. This should be our balance. So when I get to work, I'll double check it. Cash envelopes, we had $819. Let's put $472.32 because we didn't guesstimate anything. Debt payoff, we don't have anything this week. And then expenses, $58. Okay. And then no sinking funds, and there we go. So we've closed that out. So where did we have this, y'all? We had it behind monthly. I think it was right here. Because it's almost time for us to do our April monthly budget. So now let's get into, we've closed out this week. Let's get into, well, this is the week that we've closed out. Oh, I forgot to mention the reason this is 2,000 because I added in, I sold some cloth and paper. I sold my box. So I made $50. So that was part of my income. All right, let's get into this week. Now I know I got gas coming out, and I think I spent about $70. And I need to look back and see if I put salon up here. I'll put salon down here. Okay. And today is the 16th. And we have Shopify. I'm not sure how much Shopify is going to be, but I'm going to put them at 80. And let's look at our monthly. All right, so we have the 16th. Ally, I just paid them, so I don't have to pay them. Shopify, high yield savings account, and then T-Mobile on the 21st. And I already know they're going to be $102.88. Now, I'm going to switch over to my CP Petite because I've written some stuff down that I want to pay this week. State Farm. And I'm not giving State Farm a date, but we're going to pay them. So, how much was State Farm? I think it's $568. Okay. And then let's look and see what else I have. CapCut didn't come out, so let's put CapCut. And it doesn't get a date because we don't know. And I think it's only $10. All right. And I'm going to pay my TN ticket. I'm putting it here under bill. And I can give them anything up until a certain date until I reach my $450 that I owe them. This is the highest ticket probably I've ever paid in my life. But I'm going to put them down for $50. And that's it. Okay. So let's total. Oh, we didn't fill in this. Good Lord, Yoshi. Okay. So for hair, we're going to, this week looks kind of slow, so I'm going to say 800. And then nails, I'm going to say 100. And then no-co, I'm going to say 80. Okay. Let's total this up. So we have 1,400, and I just used the 165. So, excuse me, 465. So we have 1,445. Okay. Now let's go on to the bills. We have 80 plus 102.88 plus 568, 10, and 50. Oh, we forgot sweet rent. See, this is why I've been writing it down, because I'm like, something's missing. 300. And then let's add 3. So that leaves us with $1,110.88. All right. Next, we have $70. This is what we have. So let's subtract 1445, subtract $1,110.88. That leaves us, that's not right. Minus $1,110.88. That leaves us with $334. We're going to subtract our 70, which is gas. That leaves us with $264.12. And then our envelopes are always miscellaneous, food and grocery, and then I want to give my husband $50. That's my goal. And then, so we came in at $209 with food and grocery. Let's try to cut that down to miscellaneous. Oh, I'm going to try to do 100. That leaves me with 164. That leaves me with 114 for food and grocery. I'm going to do food and grocery at 100. And that leaves me with $14. And so I'm going to put cash savings here. And that leaves me with $14. I'm not going to add the 12 cents. So our total here is $250. Remaining, we have $14. And then there it is. And then we've a zero-based budget out. Now, if you are new here and this is your first time watching and you don't know how I get paid, I'm a self-employed hairstylist, nail tech, and I run my own stationery shop, online stationery shop. So I run 3 businesses. So none of my income is guaranteed. None of it. So I guesstimate by just the lowest amount that I can make or have made in previous weeks, previous months. Also, as far as my hair goes, I can look at my schedule and kind of see how my week is kind of going to go. So I just go off of that, but it always changes. It could be less or it could be more, but we're praying for more and we're going to have more. So we're going to have enough to pay our bills. Okay. So that is that. We're going to see how this week goes. And this $465, let me tell you, the reason why I have such a high number left, because I know I got to pay this. So I need like $100. I need to make at least $100 today or tomorrow, between today and tomorrow, to pay that. That'll be the first thing on my agenda is State Farm. So I'm going to put them down, actually, I'm putting them down for the 17th. That's when I want to pay them. And then everything else, sweet rent is always going to get paid. I don't care if I got to count change. We got to have somewhere to work. But that's it. Yeah, so we're doing pretty good. I'm gonna check in on my categories real quick because let me see. I can't wait to plan April. Let's check in on our categories. Oh, we didn't do week 1. Y'all, we got to catch this up. Okay, let's get it going because I don't want to do this last minute. So this was week 1. So how much did we spend in bills on week 1? We spent $494.82. Okay, and week 2, which is here, we spent $1343. Oh, can y'all see? I'm sorry, $1343.69. Okay, food and grocery. I'm going to do week 2, which is $209.11. Week 1, we spent $419.46. Salon, let's see. Week 1, we spent $132.58. $132.58. And this sheet right here, I designed just to kind of help me close out my budget a little easier and quicker and faster at the end of the month, okay? Miscellaneous, we need to add up 170.88 plus 1906. And that's 189.94. Okay. And then did we spend anything on salon week 2? No. And then miscellaneous on week 2, we spent $213.21. Okay. NoCo in week 1, we spent $72.28. We didn't spend anything on NoCo week 2. So family week 1, I did, nope, I didn't do anything. I thought I gave my husband some money last week. I didn't. Obviously I did not. Okay, so we'll just go on to week 2, and it's 50. And then this helped me keep account of what I've given him. And then I'm going to put right here, vacay, so that way I'll have my records. Okay, and then savings, week 1 we spent $34. Week 2 is $27. Week 1 debt. Barclays we gave debt $150 week 1. Okay, not on week 2. All right, so we've closed that out. I'm glad I did a check-in on that so I can also keep up with that. That way, when it's time to close out this budget come the end of the month or the beginning of next month, we will be set up for success. And if you are liking this budget categories, let me know. I can put it as a download in the shop. You only need, like, it comes front and back. You can do notes in case you run out of space. But I think I'm going to add another expense. And I can't remember what I said it was going to be, but that's it. All right. And then lastly, I'm going to move my marker to this week here. At least this past week's budget wasn't too messy because, like I said, I like to kind of get in here and, like, on Sunday morning. And the good thing about doing your budget, checking in with your money on a daily and regular basis, using a spending tracker or a sticky note for spending, is that you kind of hold yourself a little bit accountable because, like, on Sundays, I know that's my last day to spend. I want to go ahead and do my budget. I want to go ahead and get my budget started, so I spend less on Sunday. As you can see, this was Sunday. This is all I spent, was $46. So as you see, I be trying not to spend no money. And you see this low day here? I had a low day here, so I didn't do a lot of spending this week. Wednesday was the highest because I paid my car note. So, yeah. I just love that for me, and I would love that for you too. Okay, so we are done. Now, the last thing that I do, I don't think I ever show you guys this, but the last thing that I do when I'm prepping for my budget is I go into my CP Petite, and over here I have my spending tracker, and I used to keep it when I had the other planner cover. I could just keep it in and take it out, but now what I do, I just keep it on my desk. It's time for me to replace this because it's getting a little ugly. And I think I'll do that later. But I just grabbed me one of these. I'll go ahead and fill out the week. So this is the 3/16 through the 3/22. Then I take my ruler. And when I designed these, I just wanted you to get the things down. But now for myself, how I like to do it is I like to put the dates. I like to put what I made. So there, I do that. And then I put 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20, 21, 22. And the reason I like to put the dates over here is so when I'm in my spending tracker, I have the dates here so I can go ahead if I get behind. Just in case I get behind, I know what date that I spent what. And I take this. There we go. I put my little notepad back, and that's it. And I use the pen from here, and I get asked about this pen all the time, you guys. They don't sell them anymore. You may can find them on Jet Pens, but I have used it so much. It's like a J2. It's a 0.5. I don't know the name of it, but here it is. It's like an M&G, and that's what I said. It's an M&G pen, so, but it's a J2 M&G. So if you're interested in it, you can go on the search. I will try to find some more because it's the most popular pen I've ever had in the shop. And that's it. That's how I set myself up for the week. And we have finished our budget. Thank you guys so much for watching. If today was your first time watching any of my videos and you enjoyed today's video, please do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell. Come back for more. If you're new, leave me a message in the comment section letting me know that you're new so that I can welcome you to the Cove. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.